September 8, 1947 was the Diamond Jubilee birthday of Swami Shivananda. The 60th year of a person is usually honored with special celebrations, and a grand event was planned for Ananda Kutir. Devotees and saints were to arrive from all over India to join the tribute to the Swami. A souvenir book was going to be published. It would have various articles on the Swami's life, his projects, and even his writings. The disciples would provide the content, but there was no one there to take on the difficult task of editing the book and finalizing it. That's when Mr. Sridhar Rao, who was Swami Shivananda's secretary, had an idea. Why don't we request that journalist from Delhi to help? I'm sure he would do a professional job. Swami Shivananda agreed. Thus, destiny in the form of Mr. Rao would bring Menon back to Rishikesh. Now this person, Sridhar Rao, would soon become none other than Swami Chidananda, a great yogi who eventually would succeed Swami Shivananda as the president of the Divine Life Society. The request was sent. Menon agreed. When he arrived at the ashram in September 1947, just 3 months after his first visit, everyone was quite shocked. He had lost a lot of weight and was near skin and bones. Rumors of a 45-day fast quickly spread. Menon ignored any references to it and kept to himself. He worked hard for many days, editing the book and completing it on time for the event. On reading the draft, the complaints started to arise. He had cut out many parts of the articles, some of which were written by very important people. When questioned, Menon stood his ground. He assured Swami Shivananda, "The essence of these articles still remains. In fact, they seem more clear now that I have removed all the extraneous material." In the end, the book was published as edited by Menon. During one of the evening satsangs at the ashram, Swami Shivananda suddenly called on Mr. Menon to get up and speak. Menon stood up nervously. "Me? What will I talk about? I don't know this spiritual subject. Isn't that why I'm here?" Swami Shivananda replied, "Okay, so talk about anything, something you know about, maybe about your trip to Rishikesh." Menon began, "Well, I came up from Delhi, and then..." His mind began to race back to the trip, but there was nothing worth mention. He could not continue. It was one of those rare occasions that Menon the extrovert was at a loss for words. At last, Swami Shivananda broke the silence. "It's okay, you'll get another chance." After the satsang, on the way out of the hall, Swami Shivananda approached Menon. "What is this? An MA in literature? A successful journalist, not able to give a small impromptu speech? You better be prepared, because I'm sure to call on you again." And he started walking towards his cottage, but then suddenly turned and said, "Say, why don't you take the theme of Shreyas and Preyas as your first topic?" Menon researched the theme and after proper contemplation carefully wrote down his thoughts. That evening he would give his first spiritual discourse. The text of his speech is not available, but according to the Kathopanishad, the essence is this: in our lives, whether we are aware of it or not, we are continuously faced with choices and we make decisions, be it small or big. Getting up early or not, going for that second helping of ice cream or not, doing a task on time or postponing it, and so on. When faced with a choice, we can either take the path of preyas, which usually involves the pleasure of senses. It doesn't last long and is invariably followed by pain. For instance, overeating a snack can give the taste buds immediate pleasure, but is habit-forming and can affect health. Actions done with a Shreyas mindset, on the other hand, are superior. They involve the soul and are meritorious. They seem mundane or difficult at first, but truly give a sustained strength. For instance, the decision to be here on a Sunday is a Shreyas choice, one that leads to immense long-term benefit. The key, of course, is to be in a state of awareness before the decision is made. After hearing Menon speak on the topic, Swami Shivananda began to call on him from time to time to give a short talk. Menon would spend significant time researching, contemplating, and writing. When other senior Swamis offered to read his speech and make suggestions, he usually rejected it. He felt it was better for him to say what he believed than read someone else's words. The gossip mill in the ashram began to circulate. This Menon thinks he knows more than the Swamis. September 8th, 1947 had arrived. Swami Shivananda's 60th birthday was celebrated in a manner fitting this great saint. What we're about to see is a small but rare glimpse into this event.
Sadhana